Hey guys, and welcome to a new month. It is June. In June, the TBR focuses on books that I've neglected. They've been on TBRs in the past, but I never got around to reading them. Now is the time to get to these books. Also in this video, I will tell y'all what book my book club is going to be reading this month. If you guys would like to join over on Fable, the link is down below in the description of this video. Let's get into it. These books have been neglected, so I have not read their synopsis in a year. We are going to find out together what these are about. This one is one that a friend recommended to me. A lot of people love this author. A lot of people hate this author's works. So I am very scared to start this book later this afternoon. But it is Verity by Colleen Hoover. I did get this book for free at a little library because some of those books that do intimidate me, that are very popular books, very polarizing books. When I said popular, I mean commercial. Those books freak me out. I'm like, am I really going to like this? Or is this for somebody who doesn't read that much? I really don't know, because I've also heard this is very different from Colleen Hoover's other books. This one also has a movie coming out, or maybe it's already come out, but sometime this summer there's a movie with a big cast of characters. We are going to be giving Verity by Colleen Hoover a go. But what I was saying is I got this at a little free library in St. Simon's last year, it had to be the year before, right? Right? I'm repeating myself. We need to calm down. So I got it for free, and I don't feel as bad when I get something for free. I'm like, okay, if I don't like it, I didn't waste any money. Let's see what it's about. Lowen Ashley is a struggling writer on the brink of financial ruin when she accepts the job offer of a lifetime. Jeremy Crawford, husband of best-selling author Verity Crawford, has hired Lowen to complete their main books in a successful series his injured wife is unable to finish. I do remember that. I remembered it was like about a writer. Lowen arrives at the Crawford home, ready to sort through years of Verity's notes and outlines, hoping to find enough material to get her started. What Lowen doesn't expect to uncover in the chaotic office is an unfinished autobiography Verity never intended for anyone to read. Page after page of bone-chilling admissions, including Verity's recollection of the night her family was forever altered. Lowen decides to keep the manuscript hidden from Jeremy, knowing its contents could devastate the already grieving father. But as Lowen's feelings for Jeremy begin to intensify, she recognizes all the ways she could benefit if he were here to read his wife's words. After all, no matter how devoted Jeremy is to his injured wife, a truth this horrifying would make it impossible for him to continue loving her. What did she do? Verity, what were you up to? It also says this is a romantic thriller. I don't think I've read one of those, but I haven't seen that like coming up more and more. This book probably had an impact on that, making that a thing. So we will have to see. It was listed as a thriller on Goodreads when I got the book anyway. I'm gonna try Colleen Hoover. That will be, y'all find out on Saturday when the vlog comes out if I liked her. I am still adding a graphic novel to my TBR this month. Now this one isn't one that I neglected on getting to with my graphic novels. This is whoever's next in the stack. And this one is Barb Wire. Book 1, Still Harbor Blues by Chris Warner, Patrick Olief, and Tom Nigan. Really only because Pamela Anderson is like one of my queens, one of my icons. Read her memoir. Best memoir I've ever read. I wanted to read this because she was the one who played Barb Wire. I have really no idea what this is about, but it's written by the series creator Chris Warner, drawn by Catwoman and Spider-Girl artists. Hard as nails and hot as hell, badass bounty hunter Barb Wire rides the meanest streets of America's toughest town, Still Harbor, USA. Barb tracks gangsters who can punch through walls and crush cars like beer cans, but it's nothing personal, just business. I don't know if I'm gonna like this or not. I'm not a big like superhero kind of person. That was huge when I was in high school, and I was like, I don't care. I don't care about superheroes. We'll have to see how I feel about this one. The book that the book club voted on, we even had to go to a tiebreaker, is going to be Misery by Stephen King, which this is the one I voted for. Kaylee's book club here on YouTube. She read this recently all in one day, and I cannot do that. I read like 100 pages a day. Don't expect me to read the whole book in one day. That's not my jam, but I do have tremendous respect for people who can do that, because this brain, it can't do that. This one I do kind of remember what it's about, and then I have watched Kaylee's videos fairly recently, But this one we have a novelist, Paul Sheldon. He's finally met his biggest fan. Her name is Annie Wilkes, and she is dismayed to discover Paul's plans to kill off Misery Chastain, the heroine of his beloved series. Annie is more than a rabid reader. She is Paul's nurse, tending his shattered body after an automobile accident. She is also his captor, imprisoning him in her isolated house where no one knows he is. Annie wants Paul to write his greatest work just for her. She has a lot of ways to spur him on. One is a needle, another is an axe, and then there's the blowtorch. But we've just been seeing so much of parasocial relationships in my life personally, like not people having parasocial relationships with me, but me seeing other people having parasocial relationships where I'm like, this is serious. And this book is it sounds like it might be critiquing that a little bit, but I've heard it's claustrophobic. I love claustrophobic thrillers. It's my favorite trope in thrillers. I also love wintry settings, which this one looks like it might be. We have snow and a cabin on the cover. Sign me up for that atmosphere. The next book is one that I'm really also in the mood for spooky girl summerween. That's a thing. I'm really excited for that, and this is a book I've been wanting to read for a really long time. I also got this in Brunswick, Georgia for my St. Simon's Brunswick. We have several of those books in this video, and that is Slewfoot, A Tale of Bewitchery by Brom, and I think Brom might actually be from Georgia if I'm remembering correctly. Yeah, Savannah, Georgia. But this one, we do have illustrations in it. I don't know if any showed when I was doing the flip through there. But I love witchy stories. Another one of my favorite tropes. So, I mean, we have a lot of favorite tropes this month. That's promising. An ancient spirit awakens in a dark wood. The wild folk call him father, slayer, protector. The colonists call him Slewfoot, demon, devil. To Abatha, recently widowed outcast, alone and vulnerable in her pious village, he is the only one she can turn to for help. Together they ignite a battle between pagan and Puritan, one that threatens to destroy the entire village, leaving nothing but ashes and bloodshed in its wake. So this one's a horror, and the other two we talked about were thrillers. We are really leaning into Summerween, but I've been in that mood for like horror thriller. I don't know why I've been in that mood. Probably because we finally got rainy weather, even though we're still in a severe drought. That's besides the point. But I want thrillers and I want horrors, and this one is witchy, set in New England. Yes. And I am still adding a nonfiction book to my TBR this month, and this is actually one that I neglected from, I think, nonfiction November, and that is How the Word is Passed, A Reckoning with the History of Slavery Across America by Clint Smith. And as you can see, we have several awards here. We have winner, the National Book Critics Circle Award for Nonfiction, 10 Best Books of 2021, and it was a monthly pick at Barnes & Noble. I heard about this from Michael Kist over on TikTok, but beginning in his hometown in New Orleans, Clint Smith leads the reader on an unforgettable tour of monuments and landmarks, those that are honest about the past and those that are not, that offer an intergenerational story of how slavery has been central in shaping our nation's collective history and ourselves. This widely acclaimed exploration of the legacy of slavery illustrates how some of our country's most essential stories are hidden in plain view. Informed by scholarship and made vivid by the story of people living today, How the Word is Passed is a stunning work of reflection and insight that offers a new understanding of the hopeful role that memory and history can play in making sense of our country and how it has come to be. So perfect for the 250th anniversary of America, or the United States. But that is something that I've uncovered in the last year, is how history is a lie. No, that a lot of times when we learn history, we get a very surface level, and when you dig deeper, it's such a light bulb moment, because maybe you've witnessed so many things and you're like, whoa, it was right in front of me this whole time. How did I not notice? These books that I've been reading, these nonfiction books of uncovering real history, have been incredible. They've been eye-opening. Again, having that light bulb moment. And I think that's the power of reading and of learning. And I always tell y'all, I'm on a learning journey. I want to learn everything that there is to learn in this world. It's not always going to be nice and pretty, but I think we need to try to gain as much knowledge as we can in this lifetime, and that's my goal. Those are all of the books that I would like to complete in the month of June. These are books that I've neglected. I'm so sorry to them, but hopefully this month I am finally able to get around to them. Let me know which books you plan to read this month and if you've read any of these. But if you made it through this whole video, leave a fruit emoji in the comments below. And as always, comment, rate, and subscribe. And don't forget to ring that notification bell to be notified when all my videos go live. I'll see you in my next one. Bye! If you are familiar with my videos, you're used to seeing Sherman at the end of them. Sadly, Sherman has since passed away, but I would still like to encourage you guys to help your local shelters. Sherman was at the Darlington County Humane Society in rural South Carolina. I always have their link down below in the description if you guys would like to help them, but also help your local shelters as well. You can do that by donating, sharing posts like this one, volunteering, fostering, and adopting, which it's great to do all of those things. Great to help your community, great to help the animals in your community, and I cannot recommend it enough. All of my pets were rescues, they were strays or from animal shelters, and I love them so much, and I know how much love they can give, so knowing these pets at the shelter can equally give that much love, it's amazing. And y'all should totally take part and help out those local animal shelter pets, and please help them. No! Guys, blooper. I was picking this book off my table and my puzzle pieces went flying off the table. That was honestly so sad.